There's a bunch of presets. We have FX, U delay. What does that sound like? 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 Are you human? Are you human? No, you're a robot. Beep boop, beep boop. That's pretty. Let's get out of that. That is fucking crazy. What does this? Bliss. I mean, it's pretty cool. Virgin Mary? What is that? No. No. I don't know about these presets. I don't know how I feel about the presets. I feel like you still could make it sound better if you just generate the notes yourself. Whenever I do live performances or even the loop videos that I do, a lot of times I run things through Ableton to have that really lush background vocals. Normally I use something like this, which is a TC Helicon. This is really great. I have it set up to MIDI and I get to play all the harmonies. I can, play the notes as harmonies and just kind of EQ through Ableton. But the one thing about this that is not always great is the out that comes out of this. A lot of times it's very iffy. So there's usually a buzz and I can't really get away from that if I'm coming straight. I have to come straight out of this box. My setup is already very minimal, but the less the better, not compromising, a good sound. So I've been looking for a good kind of harmonizer or vocoder that's in the box, and actually found this really great Waves plugin called Waves Harmony. I have my screen recording, so hopefully you guys can see this on Ableton. I haven't tried it yet, but I would like to try it and see if it is comparable to this TC Helicon. Yeah, so let's just kind of go in here and see what it sounds like. I have it set up for chromatic, which is what I always want. I see there's this correct here. It kind of sounds weird. Once you start to... you can kind of hear that like T-Painy. Now it's kind of irking me in my headphones. Let's turn it off. Oh, that's notes. What does that sound like? It still sounds like it's auto. So let's just turn it off first, just to see straight out like what the harmonies. I mean, it sounds pretty good, actually. I guess let's just kind of test it out and see what this sounds like. I mean, it kind of sounds good. Maybe we should turn down the source a little bit. In my eyes, indisposed, in disguise, no one knows. Lies a face, lies a snake, and the sun in my disgrace. Boiling heat, summer stench, neath the black, the sky looks dead. Call my name through the cream, and I'll hear you scream again. Ooh. Black cold sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black old sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Let's keep going. Stuttering, cold and dead, still the warm when tired friend. Times are gone for honest men, sometimes far too long.
long for snakes in my shoes, walking sleep. In my youth I prayed to keep heaven sent hell away. No one sings like you anymore.
Wow. Well, I kind of like that. Shit. That kind of sounds awesome, actually. I like how natural it sounds. And I guess you can also record parts, like you can record the MIDI. Let's try that. So that you don't have to play it and sing it at the same time. It'll just record, it'll just use the notes that you recorded, so.
The sky could fall, everything could fade to black, but in 20 years I'll so you can hear that the notes are playing, but I don't have to play it, which is pretty nice.
That's pretty awesome. I think that's kind of a game changer. That's the one thing that you can't do with this. I mean, that's pretty great. The one good thing about this thing is it doesn't have a looper on here, but I have a looper in Ableton, so I don't really need to do that. So I guess as a standalone thing, it would be nice if you weren't using a DAW and you were just using this to loop and to add effects, because there's different effects like double and some delay, some stutter, all that kind of stuff, which is really cool. But I think if you have Ableton, it doesn't seem like you would need, or some kind of DAW, you probably wouldn't need to use something like this. There was never a plugin that you could use live that didn't have crazy fucking latency until this Waves plugin. So I'm really impressed with how smooth it is, how natural it sounds. I think I just added a tad bit of delay here through Ableton, but I think if you played around with, some reverb and you really EQ'd it great, I think it would sound amazing. I'm pretty impressed, honestly. I think it was only like $40 or something like that for the plugin. I'm definitely going to mess around with it more, and I'm curious to know like what it sounds more in a live setting, in a live room. The only thing about Waves I have a hard time with is a lot of time the plugins have crazy latency, and if you're using Waves like with Pro Tools and you're recording a session, I think it's easier to mix and deal with latency. But when you're performing live and you have all this latency, it's impossible. You really can't loop with any latency at all. And you could definitely loop with it. I think I might be using this from now on. I think it's a pretty cool plugin, honestly. Not sponsored. I bought it with my own cash. You should go on and try it. I'm going to keep going, guys, because I'm kind of, I kind of want to see what this whole Black Hole Sun sounds like in its entirety. So I'm going to keep going. But I will see you tomorrow. Peace.